everybody. Welcome back to the half hour of power. I am Joe. Brandon is here.
Yo, Joe, what do you know?
Well, Brandon, here we are going back to one of our favorite topics. We're going to talk about a new Dracula film coming out next year.
Yeah, let's talk
And
about
we yes, yes, but before we do that, we have a longtime friend of the show who was able to join us tonight to discuss this. We have Mark from the Toys of the Time Gone By. How are you,
Mark.
Mark? Good to have
What's
you
going on,
back.
buddy?
Ahoy!
Yeah.
Ahoy, ahoy!
Well, it's good to have you back. It's good that our
Good
schedules
to
all
be
met
here.
that we could do this again. And we'll try to do this more often.
Yeah,
So, before we get into that, I wanted to talk to you guys about something. And I've
wow.
talked to each of you individually about this. This is a disturbing trend that is happening. And I think I am done with this trend.
You done with it?
I'm done. I'm just done. So I think I've stated before, I do work at a movie theater. I run a movie theater.
Yes, he does.
I think I've stated that on here somewhere. One of these many shows we have done. So this past weekend, as of this recording, Beetlejuice has opened. Okay, we're gonna do Beetlejuice. We got to go see that first. I don't, that's odd. I don't really like to see things on the opening weekend because too many people are there, and I want to just wait until the weekend is over. But anyway, as you guys know, the merch in the movie theaters has really taken off. Popcorn buckets, special cups, special figurines, known as pops, which apparently nobody knows what pops are. I'm gonna relate a few stories here. Okay, so this merch has gone just nuts. People have gone nuts with the merch, and they're acting like I don't even know how to be nice about it. They're acting like total jerks, just
What do you mean?
absolute nutball jerks. And
Like what?
I was trying to figure out, when did all this start. Now, one of my coworkers has a theory that it started with the Dune buckets when they made those nutball Dune buckets.
No.
There's always what I mean is the level that the merch is now.
No.
Because there were just simple buckets and stuff before that. Because I don't remember this being this big of a trend, quite honestly, until after Dune. The special different kinds of buckets. What do you got, Brandon?
No. So it technically started, basically, to me, from when I seen it blow up, was from when The Last Jedi came out, and they came out with the Jedi buckets.
But I mean that there's been nothing since. I mean, and I hear you. But there's always been. What I'm saying is, there's always been special buckets like that.
Well, but you remember they had the Barbie one, where it came with a Barbie. They had Optimus Prime.
So you're talking about AMC.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm talking about in general.
So there's always been we're saying. There's always been merch.
Right.
But this merch, I feel, is different because there's like toppers that go on cups. They're little toys. They're just little.
I have the Ninja Turtle one, the topper and the toy and the mask.
Yeah, I bet you do. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. Because I know
I got Grumpy Care Bear.
Because I know Brandon, when he went to buy it, he wants some memorabilia from seeing the movie. He wants a keepsake.
Yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm not selling it.
But he wants a keepsake.
So what we're getting now is all these people that want to come in and buy all of the merch and sell it on eBay or whatever they're selling it for some astronomical prices. Now, I remember when the Ghostbusters came out, there was a Ghostbuster popcorn trap. And I looked at the goofy little thing. I'm like, okay, that's kind of neat. But I also like to go look at the Halloween shop. And guess what? Spirit Halloween had that exact same type of thing that was a little bit better that you could get for, I don't know, $15 more than we were selling it for.
I'll be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
dollar stores could sell that crap.
Same stuff. So I'm like, if you want some type and you miss out on the merch, or you come and you look and go, why is this that much? You can still go get something. Also, most theaters now have a bit of a merch store where you can go and look at it and, you know, buy it.
Really?
Absolutely, Brandon. Absolutely. We'll drink to that.
Oh, yes.
Hey, I can't drink with. I'm waiting for my
after.
I'm waiting
Put
for
that
my
down.
Toys of a Time Gone By mug.
I know. But anyway, the what I'm getting at is people are just, and I've experienced, and I'm done with it after Beetlejuice. People were okay with the Deadpool stuff we had, and it's kind of neat, but I mean, people are just buying it up to sell it on eBay. So, and what bothers me about that is these nutballs that are coming in and buying it up, they are depriving the people that want it for a keepsake.
Yeah.
Well, they are.
And what really bothers me about it is we get phone call after phone call after phone call about the merch.
Are you serious?
He'll say, yes, specifically asking for these merch.
They don't care about the movie.
You get limited quantities of this merch. Maybe you get a bunch of it. Maybe you don't. We don't order it. We do not get to say, I want 17 cases of that because everybody wants it. We don't get to do that. Okay, so here's a couple of examples from this weekend. So Beetlejuice had the sandworm bucket.
Yeah.
Okay, that was a neat bucket. We only got 20 of those. That's it. Okay.
Really?
Did you get one?
So, no, I don't buy this crap anymore.
Well,
I told you I'm done. I boycott it. Okay. So now
can't get one.
We put that thing on sale. It sold out like the first half of the day that it was on sale. Okay. So then people would come in and go, do you have the Beetlejuice sandworm bucket? And we'd say no. A coworker of mine told me he got flipped off because we don't have that bucket. They stood there right there in the lobby and flicked him off because we don't have that.
Wow.
Okay, they're treating them like total garbage because we don't have that bucket because you nutballs can't sell it for some astronomical price on eBay. I got a phone call just yesterday, and they were asking about the book Beetlejuice bucket, the handbook for the recently deceased. For some reason, they thought they'd make that and open it up, and you could throw popcorn in it. Okay, so I thought, oh, here's a customer. We'll have some banter about Beetlejuice. I said, well, I got to warn you about that bucket, that book. What's that? They say. Well, it reads like stereo instructions. See, you guys have seen the movie. And he says, what do you mean?
What?
I think I saw that movie about 20 times.
I said it reads like stereo instructions. And he goes, I don't know what that means. I said, you have not seen Beetlejuice? And he says, no. And I'm like, okay, if I had it in my power, and this shows you that I might be some kind of a, at least in this area, dictator in this area, I would make it so that dirt bag couldn't buy anything Beetlejuice related, because you should see the movie. It's, you know, we're cinephiles here, so it's more to us than that. But it's like I just could not believe it, and then we sold out of those that day, and then people keep calling and coming in, and they're mad at us because we don't have it because they can't sell it. Just go on eBay and look and see what they're selling this crap for, and would you? There's nothing we can do about it. Okay. You know, I accept that, but you nutballs can stop buying it for those astronomical prices.
But that's the problem.
Okay.
They don't.
Now, Mark.
Yeah.
You've done shows on that with your on the Toys of the Time Gone By, right? And you've told me this happens with the toys also. So this isn't any different than what you've experienced, is it?
No, it's not different at all. They just keep doing it. They go online, they take a retail price toy like the ones that I buy, Motu, and they say, okay, I could spend $18 to $20 on a Motu toy, but if you can't get your hands on it right away, these people put them up and they're $50 for a carded Motu figure. And you're like, Well, that's not fair, but they just do it anyway because there are people that want to have it immediately, so they purchase it. So it helps those scalpers keep selling.
There you go. Mark said it. Scalpers.
That's what it does.
So
they do
these
the same
popcorn movie merch people,
they
you
do
call
the same
them
thing.
scalpers?
They're scalpers in an essence of the fact that they will go to a theater just to buy as many as they could.
Well,
and put it up there. If there's not a limit, they will buy all of them.
Yeah,
yes,
and put them up.
Or they go to another theater after they leave yours and go pick up one.
Okay, I got one more story. Since Brandon's talking about that.
Well,
I had this dude just yesterday. He came in and asked if we had any Deadpool buckets. No, I'm sorry, we're all sold out of Deadpool buckets. Do you have any Deadpool cups? I'm sorry, we're sold out of Deadpool cups. Do you have any any Beetlejuice buckets? No, I'm sorry, we're sold out of that. And I was like, and he goes, well, I might have to drive around to find it. I might have to go to St. Louis. That's St. Louis.
What?
They do it.
I know they will. So I just looked at it and said, well, sir, we have a merch store that you could go to our website and go to the merch link, and you might be able to find it there, and you wouldn't have to drive anywhere. You know what he did? He didn't say, oh, my gosh, thank you. He said, I still might have to drive there. I mean, and he mentioned a Cinemark. I was like, well, there's a Cinemark like 10 blocks up the street from us. And he said, well, they don't have anything. I drove up from Louisville. Like, okay, so did you go over to that Cinemark? No. Then how do you know they don't have anything? He goes, well, I don't know that.
Oh my
And he
God.
stared at me like I was a jerk. And I was like, I just can't do it anymore. I have to go. But well, anyway, what do you got, Mark?
I have a question for you. They should have to purchase a ticket to watch the movie. Wow, nice. They should have to purchase a ticket to watch the movie in order to get one of those buckets.
Well, I mean, maybe
they should have
people can come in and just buy popcorn and leave if
I don't
they
think
like.
that's...
But okay, so you know what, guys? I feel better as a bit of therapy.
I don't think that's fair, though.
But we need to get into this. I hear you. I don't think it is fair. And I think the only way to stop it is for you nutballs to stop buying it on eBay or whatever website selling thing. And they're not going to do it. I know, Brandon. They're not.
But
we're stuck in this vicious circle.
They're all doing
crap. So thanks, guys.
You know what?
Thanks.
You can't even go to Goodwill anymore because they throw their stuff on their website now to make an auction because of what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I did notice that recently. But we're going to get into the main topic now.
All right.
The main topic. Now, I just noticed this article this last week. I knew that this movie was happening. I didn't know all that much about it. Did you know anything about this, Brandon?
I did not. I was more still stuck on Nosferatu.
Oh, yeah. So Nosferatu, for some reason, is coming out in December. Yes, that bothers me. It should be October. But now we can say that Nosferatu is a Christmas film, a fun, jolly holiday romp in the countryside. So there we go. I'm going to bring this article up. I sent this to Mark, and Brandon loved it. He texted me back almost immediately about what did you say, Brandon?
I said I knew you was going to ask me that, so I want to say word by word. I'm going to need producers, directors, writers to read the damn book. That's what I said.
Yes, you said it best, and I think you and I both said it when we were covering all the Dracula movies and the book. You people making these movies read the damn book, because you say you've read the book and you say the book's not been done, but I don't believe you've ever read the book, and I'm looking at you, James E. Hart.
It's not that big.
That's right. Now, in that book, Brandon's not telling us this. In that book, there are a couple of other stories in that book. That's not just Dracula. But I'm going to bring this article up, and we will discuss how excited we are about it. And are you guys ready? Booyah.
Ready.
Booyah. There you go. Look at that. So that looks like that is not a picture, in case anyone's wondering. That is not a picture from this movie, and this is not a Screen Rant article. So I know people are pumped up about it. So here we go. New Dracula movie from Leon and Lucy director offers a mad interpretation of the Universal monster. So there, right there, they take it away from Bram Stoker and say it's a Universal monster. But I don't think he's ever said this is a remake of the Universal movie. So thank you, Movie Web, for that idiocy. Let's get into the quote. So this is called Dracula, A Love Tale. Luc Besson is directing it, which seems kind of interesting to me. And here we go. This is, let's see, Jones. Who is playing Dracula in this? Let me see. Dracula, yeah, it's played by Caleb Landry Jones. I don't know what else he's done. Have you guys heard of this fellow?
Never.
Caleb Landry Jones has been in Finch, Nitram, and X-Men First Class as the Banshee. Okay.
Oh, it was very short.
What's that?
This role was very short. That's the only time I've seen the Banshee. It was X-Men First Class.
That's right. There you go. So here's his quote. For me, Jones focused on what Besson wanted to see from this new take on Bram Stoker's beloved creation. For me, all of this stuff goes out the window, and it is more about meeting Luke in a space of what he wants and a way for myself to make sense of things that make it what he wants. It is more like the script comes, then I make sense of this for myself in a way. Then you start these things that he gives you that you need, like stunts, horses, and costumes, for example. Okay, talking about the movie and what it takes to make the movie and getting into that headspace. All right. Doesn't sound too wacky yet, does it, Brandon?
No,
that sounded wacky yet, Mark?
Doesn't sound wacky yet, no.
Not yet. Here we go. We're going to go. Now we're going to get into it. So Luc Besson. Okay, so when asked about the love story element of this film, something which Besson has described as crucial, Jones adds that the love story is very prominent and they worked very hard to build chemistry, which ultimately leads to the loss of love that drives Dracula to madness. Now it's getting wacky. Now, I got to say this. I don't think that I have not read that this is supposed to be a retelling of the novel. It's just another movie with Dracula. Have you read that, Brandon? Have you read that this is supposed to be a novel, retelling of the novel?
No. I mean, some things you read in there kind of leaves like it is coming from the novel, but no, it don't say it's coming from the novel itself. But you know it's coming from the novel.
Yeah. Okay, let's get into this quote down here. Usually they take the monster away from you. This one gives you the monster. Okay, I can't really argue with that. But the love is very much mad about each other, and an emphasis on the mad part. Absolutely eating each other up, devouring one another for every moment that they are together. Then it gets cut short, and it becomes about longing for this and entering into a kind of madness. It is this love he will do anything for and has to find a way outside of God to get it back. What's that, Brandon?
I swear, did it sound like Francis Ford Coppola Dracula?
It does to me. It sounds like he's like gonna remake Bram Stoker's Dracula. What about you, Mark?
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the same thing.
So, yeah, what's the rest of this article say here? Dracula Love Letter is due to land next year. And here they talk more about the plot here. So, okay. As teased in the title, it will present the character as more of a romantic lead, which they do all the time. And it explores love and its relation to Dracula's downfall. It says you get to stay with Dracula more in one of the quotes here. But, oh, that is just absolutely. Now, that's the end of the article. So, those are, I mean, it's just going on. So, I mean, Christoph Waltz is going to be in it.
That's great. You know, honestly, I don't care what actor or actress that's in the movie. I don't care. The whole thing I care about is if you're gonna do the story right. Like, there is no love story in Dracula. Well, with Dracula himself.
Yeah.
Let me say that. Now, you know, you got Harper and you got that going on, but Dracula himself, he's barely in the book.
Yeah. So let's look at the IMDb plot synopsis. It is up there.
Really?
And you tell me what this sounds like.
Oh wow.
Now, I do know it is still early, I believe. So here's the plot synopsis as on IMDb. After his wife dies, a 15th century prince renounces God and becomes a vampire centuries later in the 19th century London. He sees a woman resembling his late wife and pursues her, sealing his own fate. So that sounds exactly like Bram Stoker's Dracula to me. What about you, Brandon? I see the reaction there. Yeah. I see Mark. Mark, you think that sounds exactly like Bram Stoker's Dracula?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Okay, Brandon.
It sounds like plagiarism going on right now.
Like the plot line.
Exactly like it. So if we want to go there, then this is this is the second remake of the Dan Curtis Dracula movie with Jack Palance.
Oh, I forgot about that Dan Curtis one. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we want to do that, because
Jack Palance was good. I like that.
Now I know this is still a little bit early. I don't believe there is any trailer or anything like that released. But this is the info that we have right now. And it just seems incredibly just bizarre, and it doesn't make any sense.
No whatsoever.
So again, if you guys, and probably none of them are going to see us. They don't listen to us, Brendan. They don't ever do. If you guys want to do something bold, a bold new take on Dracula, make the book. Go back and watch the 1977 BBC version and go, oh my gosh, I think we could make the book a movie. Look what they did. Here's what we can improve from that. Use that as a jumping point to go, we can do this and we can do that.
Oh,
and Brandon was impressed with the effects in that one. He was impressed with the video toaster effects. So we know that could actually be improved. If you take that script and then start adding to it, whittle this away, add that to it, you can have some better effects in it.
Well, you know,
but no, they don't do that. Like, I think the last Dracula show we did was that Karen Kusuma Dracula movie that we were all thanking the heavens that it was canceled.
Yeah.
So here's this one, and I'm like, I kind of hope this one gets canceled too.
It's going to.
Because what's the point? Look, they're just making the same crap over and over again. And
only thing
with Dracula,
do,
yeah.
What would you want to see? Actually, what would your take be on it?
Well, just what I've been saying and what Brandon has been saying.
Look,
read the book. Actually, read the book, because I have come to a place where I don't believe they've read the book. I just don't. We've read a bunch of James V. Hart quotes on here. The screenwriter of Bram Stoker's Dracula. I don't think he actually read the book, because if you read the book and you watch Bram Stoker's Dracula, you're going to go, "What the hell book did you read?"
Exactly.
And most of the Dracula movies, you know, we can give the 1931 movie a pass, because it technically is not based on the book. It's based on a stage play, which was based on the book.
Yeah.
So
how could this be a universal? Here's the thing. How could this be a Universal Monsters Dracula movie
Well, I'm not sure that it is. I think they like to say that in these articles. They like to do that type of stuff. Because I believe that still on that article is from Dracula Untold, which was okay. That was an okay movie. Now, Brandon is wanting to tell us something about that book he's got, and that is quite a handsome volume right there.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book, and it was given to me by a great guy. That's the host of the show. So
you're welcome. You're really welcome.
Yes, thank you for giving that book to Brandon, Mark.
You're welcome.
But this book is, you know how everybody keeps talking about this diversity type stuff? If they read the book, they can tell that it has a lot of diversity in this book.
If they read the book, they would know that Mina's the hero.
Oh, there's no women power in the book. If they read this book.
Yes, like I think that's what we talked about on that Karen Kasuma Dracula show.
Mm-hmm.
Mina's the hero. They wouldn't have been able to defeat Dracula if it wasn't for Mina.
That's
and
correct.
They hardly ever do that in the movies.
They give it to Van Helsing.
You're talking about the
or they gloss it over.
There can't be any strong women in a movie.
In that book, they were a true team. Mina was a true part of the team.
Can't be any strong women.
But yeah, so they need to read the book.
They
actually need to read the book. And if they want to go to any movie to jump off of, they should jump off the 1977 BBC version.
And if Netflix, if you really want to make another movie or a series,
oh my God,
that
Netflix Dracula, that was
not that one.
Hey, that Netflix Dracula. if we got some viewers that think we tore up the Acolyte, holy crap! You want to hear us tear up? Oh, we tore up that Dracula. Now I don't think Brandon got to be a part of that, but my gosh, Jesse and I tore that one a new one. Maybe I should repost that for
every time you say the Acolyte, I'm gonna have to censor you.
I don't know. We're just as hard on this Dracula stuff. We've just been as hard on that, and we were pretty hard on the Frankenstein stuff.
You guys say Star Wars.
So now stop it. We're talking about horror stuff here. We don't want to talk about this that sci-fi fantasy stuff.
That was horror. That was horror that put me out.
You're talking about space westerns?
That was horrible. Okay. But anyway, we're kind of curious what you guys think. Luke Besson has done a lot of good films. He's done a lot of he's an interesting filmmaker. He's got an interesting visual style. I'm kind of interested to see what he would do with Dracula, but like I've seen before, one of my very favorite filmmakers, Dario Argento, made a Dracula film, and it's absolutely terrible. I mean, Argento's made a couple of films that I would argue belong in the Louvre. I mean, that belongs right there next to the Mona Lisa. Right next to the Mona Lisa, there needs to be a screen playing Suspiria. The film is gorgeous. Absolutely breathtaking.
The 2018 one?
Oh, my God, Mark. I'm going to censor you. Oh, Mark. He's got to be punished for that. Just a bit.
You put him in timeout.
Oh, you're in timeout, Mark. Oh, anyway. Yeah, we're kind of interested what you guys think about that. Let us know. And Mark, you're back. Mark, if people are curious about the Toys of the Time gone by,
yes, sir.
Where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube. You can on Toys of the Time Gone By. I have plenty of videos up if you want to just take a look and send me a message. You know, that's cool. I could. I'll take ideas too.
Yeah, Mark is my go-to for Motu. I ask him all my Motu questions about the toys and such. So thank you for being on with us, Mark.
You're
this
welcome.
is a good time. It's good to be back.
It's fun.
Good to have you back, bro.
Yeah, man. Good to see you guys. I want to keep doing this. This is fun.
Yeah, Brandon, what should people do if they like what we're doing?
If you guys like what we're doing, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and follow us on iTunes, Spotify, and Rumble. And also, too, And I'm gonna throw this out there. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think, what we're doing, what we could do better. Also, too, try to give us a hint of what we should do for October.
And read the Dracula novel. It's a fantastic read. It really is. If you've never read it and you've just seen these movies, and for some reason you think Bram Stoker's Dracula is the definitive movie, surprise, it's not. Read the book. It's, I don't know. I just can't say that enough. Read the book. All right. We'll talk to you all next time.
Later, guys.
Later.